Welcome to the weekend show with Mediumjay. Today, with the act of the new Barbie movie, and yes, we're still talking about it, Ken has brought forth a new kind of energy, a new Kenergy to the world. And I think we've reached a new, Hot Girl Summer, you know, then there was Fuck Boy Fall, you know what I mean? Then there's Dicker Down December, and the No Nut November is given. But I think now we've reached a point where it is now Sigma Simpin Summer, bro. Just a whole bunch of guys not giving a fuck. You know what I mean? And by not giving a fuck, I mean like, ask that girl out. Be like, yo, what's up, shawty? Let me take you out to dinner. And if she's like, yo, I have a boyfriend. Give me that nigga's number then. Still want to go out to dinner. Still trying to eat. You know what I'm saying? Just give me that girl. She'd be like, what? Give me your boyfriend's number. I'm trying to get a squad going in Call of Duty. You know what I'm saying? Just, your girlfriend of you got a girlfriend of a couple years. Just fucking take her socks off and smell her socks. You know what I'm saying? Do weird shit. It's Sigma Simpin season, bro. You know what I mean? Hit on a girl in front of her boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? They be holding hands. Just say, hey, you look pretty today. And she'd be like, what? Excuse me? You know what I mean? Boyfriend tries to chirp up. Just go, listen. What? You don't think your girlfriend pretty? You know what I mean? Turn it back on them. I just think with all of it was a male-dominated society for so long. Why can't men? And this is a long stretch for to reverse the gender roles so that women get out into the workforce. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of the cost of dick is so low. Like it's like Dogecoin dick. Dick is like we put it the market value for penis. We got it so low that it's not worth anything. So we got to do some crazy Hail Mary business strategies to improve the market value of dick. I feel as though like with OnlyFans and fucking, these, like, the porn shit, all that porn shit where it's like, we're just shelling, like, dudes, and we're just shelling out money to these women just to show a fucking picture or a video. And this new thing that's coming into play, I don't even know what it's called. It's like like the girls are being like emotis or whatever the fuck, they're emoticons or something, where it's like they'll just, so for the people that don't know, I'm doing a horrible job of explaining it, but it's something like they go live on like Twitch or some shit, I don't know, they go live on some sort of broadcast, and it's a pretty girl usually, and they do shit like this. They just go like, gang gang, gang gang, gang gang. Like, it's, when you're playing a video game and you hit the emote button and then the character does a little dance, like in Fortnite, it does a dance. But with these fucking girls doing it, like, you have to pay them money just to make them move, it's ridiculous. We've put the price of pussy so there's a bubble on pussy right now. It's like the housing market or something. It's like it's gonna crash eventually. We just don't know when. You know what I mean? Like, to get a girl to just hi, hi, and you're sending off $10-20, and she going hi, hi, hi. It's gotten to the point where men are like that movie, Will Smith, or Will Smith in real life, to be honest. But that movie in I Am Legend, where he is just like, please talk to me. and he's like crying to that mannequin, like, you know, my best friend Sam died. Please say something to me. He would want me to talk to you. That type of shit. That's where men have gotten in this simping season. It's gotten to the point, I think, where like women, and especially because with all of these, like, you know, the women's sexual movement or the sexual revelation from women, it's gotten to the point where men, we can't compete. Can you compete with the Fucktron 3000? Can you compete with the fucking the the dragon dildos? These things are horse cocks. They're fucking themselves with horse cocks. It's ridiculous. You know what I mean? Women are out there just fucking just prying open their walls with fucking the jaws of life type shit. You know what I mean? These machines are ungodly. You know what I mean? Like, I've gotten to my point where, like, I'm like, I've gotten old enough where I'm like, I don't think of sex that much. I don't think of it. Maybe it's the vaccine. You know, the vaccine dropped my sexual proclivities or whatever the fuck, my desires. But I'm just like, man, because with so much, I've never had pussy and been like, oh, that's worth it. That pussy was worth it. Whatever I was put through, whether it's like going on dates or taking her out to eat, taking her this, taking her that, and listening to it. Like, here's the thing. I wouldn't mind paying for the I wouldn't mind, you know, paying for the thing. I wouldn't mind fucking clothing the woman. I wouldn't mind buying birthday gifts and little like, you know, a little bracelet or something, little diamond bracelet, you know, drop a couple G's on. I wouldn't mind doing none of that shit. It's the fact that they have stories that go nowhere. Here's the thing. Every woman has this fucking set of ideas. Like, it's a story that is interesting. Like, well, like an interesting story that happened recently, the submersible thing, right? Like, if a woman were to, so like we all know the submersible, like a bunch of billionaires died in a submarine using a GameCube controller or an Xbox or a PlayStation, some video game controller, and the thing just collapsed on itself and they all died, and a lot of people are fucking laughing. Like, this gets to the point, you tell the story and it's interesting. Now, I think the way women would explain it is, all right, so there's this guy and his son, and, you know, it's just, I don't know, I can't even do what women is because it takes a part of, you can't be interesting about it. But it's like, yeah, and it's like, they went down to go see the Titanic, you know, and the Titanic is a movie based on, you know, with Leonardo DiCaprio, and he had to leave. She had to leave him behind, even though there was enough space on the. You know, it just gets into a whole nother realm of what the hell's the point of, like, the actual story that you're trying to tell. Now, with women, man, when I'm like listening, like, I go out there and I talk to women. Yeah, I talk to women. You know, this isn't breaking new grounds or anything. I go out and I talk to women. But every time I'm like, you know, I gotta get out there and, you know, talk to, you know, maybe make a couple shots, shoot my shots. And every time I go out there, I go immediately like, oh no, I hate, this is worse than any, like, it's a torture. And I have some friends, right, that are like married or have kids with their girlfriend, or like just in a committed relationship, right? And I don't know what it is, man. They're like, oh, you must think you're hot shit, you know, walking around all single. And I go, no, wait, what? Is that what it's like? But I remember specifically being in like relationships or being with some girls, or even having a girl where you call up and, you know, you hang out with her for I remember being there and I go, oh yeah, every time I'm in it, I'm like looking at single people, like single dudes specifically, like, oh, they fucking, they don't know how good they got it, right? Because I was with my buddy, talking to my buddy Tyrone, right? Shouts out to my nigga Tyrone. He's kind of going through a little bit of a thing, you know. And he just had a baby, but I remember when I was kind of like with my baby mama, and we were, you know, before we had the baby, and you know, eventually shit got a little hectic. I was, you know, I was like, yo, I'm gonna call this chick up. Yo, she's talking to me. She wants to come over and she wants to fuck, right? This type of shit. And my buddy Tyrone was like, oh, you so lucky, man. You know, you got a chick, man. I want a fucking girlfriend. And I'm like, yeah, I got her pregnant. He's like, oh shit, good job, congratulations and shit. And I'm like, I'm kind of a little bit worried about what's gonna happen in the future, kind of thing. And he was like, yeah, man, I can't wait to have a baby and this and that. This nigga found a chick in 3 months, knocked her up, and did the same thing. But the thing is, he stayed with her. That's the thing is, he stayed with this chick, and he's going through these motions of like someone that he didn't really love, right? Someone that he really just doesn't really like her or anything like that. Just kind of stuck around for the pussy. And I feel as though like a lot of guys get trapped in that mentality where it's like, I'm really good at, you know, getting out, right? Like I might be like, oh man, it sucks that I don't have that girl or that constant thing, but like I'm a very independent type of guy, right? Like, and I can go fucking years without pussy. I was and I joke about this a lot, but I think it's true, man. I think the doctor fucked up my circumcision. I think they fucked up my circumcision because, like, I don't know, man. Sex is never worth. Every time I fuck a chick or do, you know, even like, you know, get some head or something. You know what I mean? Just get a girl and I'm just like, no matter what it is, I'm like, this was not worth the, cause like, I think it's like Instagram, and the social media aspect, and even the fact that every girl thinks that they could make $1 million off of showing their tits and puss. Some girls even think, oh, just my feet will do. My feet will make me $20,000-$30,000 a month, and I don't. It's like in the back of the mind, right? Like if a guy just knew for a fact that he could just show it, he could show his dick. You know what I mean? Put his dick out on OnlyFans and he can make 30-40 grand in a month. It ups your value, right? It ups your ego. It ups everything in your life. And you kind of go, well, that's where you get these fucking beluga whales. We're talking fucking ones and twos, right? Or zeros and ones like it's binary codes, right? We're talking about these fucking zeros and ones. Fucking uggos, deformed faces, fat, you know what I mean? Has like multiple kids somehow, you know what I mean? She's got like 3 kids, a fucked up face, looked like she got hit by a train, and she's like 20 to 30 pounds away from being on that my 300-pound life or whatever, the 600-pound life. She's a big girl, right? She needs a forklift to get out of the house. Those types of bitches, right? And you see them on the dating profiles, right? And they go, I'm looking for a 6'4" dude with fucking, you know, must have abs, must be making 6 figures and high 6 figures. We don't want anything below $250,000 a year. And you're like, who the fuck? And he must own at least 3 cars, one for me, one for like, you know, just a play car, and then, you know, one for himself too. You know what I mean? And it's like, a house is necessary. The pool is optional, you know what I mean? But you must have at least like a nice, a walk-in bathroom. And you're like, what? This bitch. And what do you do? And I ask these girls, it doesn't even matter what I do. I provide love and affection or some shit. And you're like, that's not a job. I provide looking after the. That's not a job. Kids raise themselves after like the 5th year. You know what I mean? 6, 7 years old. They fucking don't care. Mm-hmm. 7. He's old enough to reach. He's old enough to reach up and grab fucking some top ramen and make some ramen or fucking mac and cheese. He's able to fucking reach into the fucking into the fridge and make himself a peanut butter sandwich. It's you're basically done. You know what I mean? Other than that, like a stay-at-home mom, that's not a job. That's not a job. You're fooling yourselves, mother. That's mothers all around the world. My mom had 3 jobs and she was a mother to me. You know what I mean? She made it happen somehow. And I'm doing just fine, right? But I feel as though like with the price of fucking dick, right? It's like men have to go without, and we have to go without wanting it, because I feel as though, and I heard Patrice O'Neal say this one time. R.I.P. Patrice, fucking funniest comedian in fucking history, right? Funniest off the cuff motherfucker ever. If you haven't seen his shit, go check it out. I highly suggest it. It's fucking hilarious. All of his shit. Even when he's just fucking around with like the crowds and stuff, or just talking shit on Opie and Anthony, it was hilarious shit. But he said something like, if guys just held out like a solid year of just like, nah, we're not giving up dick. And I know a lot of guys would lie and, you know, cheat the system. But if we just did it, we had changed that dynamic of where women evaluate dick. Like chicks are just as horny as guys. They like sex just as much. It takes 2 to make a baby, and there's fucking hundreds of thousands and millions of people all around the world. There's billions of, you know, motherfuckers living all around the world, right? I think, you know, it's safe to say women like sex just as much, right? But I feel as though if we took that option away, right? We took that option of just like, because women always know in the back of their mind they can get dick. Guys, you get, you know, I can't just fucking call up a chick, hey, I'm a fuck right now. You know, take me out to dinner, you know, I'll just wait, I'm at the cabin, or you know, my man's in town, this and that. You gotta, you know, you slide in some. You gotta fucking, there's a little bit of finesse to being a guy, and you just can't outright just go. But if a chick was like, yo, just come give me some dick, I'd be like, alright, well, yeah, fuck this podcast. I'm gonna hit stop on the podcast. I'm gonna go run to grab some pussy, right? It's picking up free pussy. It's nice. And that option with women to have dick on call 24/7, and it could be any, no matter where you are, and that's what kind of fucking blows my mind with there are incel women, right? And I said this before. Well, maybe I don't. I think I said this in my mind, actually. I thought of this. There's nothing worse than a girl that can't get laid. Like optional virginity is, you know, she's making a choice. But there's some girls that like, and they can be pretty girls too. They just have a weird personality that kind of makes it's like awkward, and it's almost like they don't know how to have that back and forth kind of reciprocation. And I think like I was talking about this like earlier on the podcast about this one chick, this Muslim chick. She was super weird, and I remember like we like immediately, like I talked to her and like I got her number, and she's like, so are we dating yet now or whatever? I remember going like, this is such a weird, like it was like she was moving the relationship along without me. Like I didn't really need to be there, and I remember being like, oh, like she's kind of like in her own weird crazy head, and she was a virgin, and she was very like I don't think she knew, she never really, she had couple boyfriends, all of them cheated on her because she is fucking abstinent until marriage. And I remember going like, she's like cock blocking herself in a weird way where by the time she gets to, 20, 30, like she's 40, she gets married, she's gonna be like so down on the totem pole of like wanting to be fucked, like a 40-year-old virgin. You know what I mean? No girl, a girl, like the movie The 40-Year-Old Virgin, with Steve Carell. At least he had a job. You know what I mean? He had his own house and shit. He had a group of friends that really loved him and tried to set him up to get laid, right? Like a 40-year-old virgin girl, like I knew some girls, and it's always those Muslim, like East Indian type chicks that like keep their virginity for fucking deep into their 30s and 40s. And I remember going like, it's not it's not fresh, right? I heard that the vagina closes on itself. I think that's a true statement. I heard that because I heard that it's like technically a wound, you know what I mean? And once it heals, it just seals up. That's so dumb. It's a fucking. It needs a once a week stabbing kind of thing, right? And it must be so weird because it's like you're gonna start fucking as soon as your eggs dry up, right? You know what I mean? You get married at like 4, you find a dude that fucking is like, all right, I'll take this crazy bitch. And I'm like, yo, it's so sad, the incel women, right? Because women, it's a hole that needs to be filled, right? It's like having an empty pocket your whole life. Nothing filled. Like if I'm just holding a stack of 20s or something like that, right? That's what having a dick is. I'm just holding a pocket full of change, but inside my hand, and I'm like, this is inconvenient and it sucks, and I want to put this in something. But like if I go my whole fucking life holding my wallet in my, eventually I'm just still holding my wallet now. And if I just didn't have my wallet and I had empty pockets my whole, it's a lot worse. I'd much rather be designed to hold my wallet in my hand my whole life. You know what I mean? This is a good metaphor, kind of. If I'm just holding a chunk of change in my hand and my cards, and every now and then I drop some shit and I'm like, fuck, I dropped some shit. Pick it all back up. Like, I fucking wish I had pockets. Wish I had a place to put this. And as opposed to just my whole life going, I wish I had something to fill these fucking pockets up. I wish I had something to fill up my fucking pockets, because there's nothing. And like with women, man, it's so sad to see. I remember this one girl, and this was back when I was selling weed, and the weed, this was before they had the government came in and ruined the operation. With weed, right? Selling drugs, for some reason, like, women just look at you. It's just like you're a bad boy, right? And I remember I was like selling weed to this chick, and she was like this fat girl, and she was like, and she always had BO. She was fat and had BO, and I remember like there's times when like there's times when I didn't want her to come into my car, right? But it was also like, I can't just hand over the drugs outside the window like it's like she's like a common whore, right? Like, just, I don't even get into my car type shit. Like, don't want you smelling up my fucking seats. But I remember this one time she asked me, she's like, can I just suck your dick? And like, you don't have to do anything. We don't have to kiss. We don't have to, She's like, can I just suck your dick? And I was like, no, thank you. You still want the weed though? She's like, yeah. It was like, Here's the weed, give me the money. And I think at that point I had like tongs where I'd pick up the money with the tongs, place it into a plastic bag and decontaminate it when I got home later. It was so fucking awkward, man. It was so awkward because like after like, and she still would buy weed every now and then, but I just remember going like, I remember my buddy Mitchell, I was like telling him this, and I don't know if it happened after actually or before, but my buddy Mitchell was in the seat, passenger seat, and she was like, she came up to the side door again and just like, yo, hey, do I know you? Hey, Mitchell, do I know you? And he was like, he froze like he's seen a ghost. He's like, no, I don't know, you got the wrong person. And Mitchell's got like a rose tattoo. It's such a point. It's such a like a point out. Like they like not many people have a black rose tattoo on his neck. That like, it's very specific. And I was like, as soon as she left, I was like, so what the fuck was that about, buddy? He's like, dude, she like catfished me one time, right? And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, I was on fucking Tinder or whatever, fucking some sort of dating site, right? And trying to hook up with this chick. But like her photos were so much better. And as soon as I got there, I like just chill with her for a little bit and I just kind of cut it short. And I was like, yeah. It's like, yeah, he was like, yeah, because she smelled bad or something. I'm like, yo, she still smells bad. She still, but like that is who I envision as like those female incels where it's like no matter what they do, like she could be throwing pussy at dudes, right? And sure enough, she might be able to get laid with some like real reject dudes, but like I don't know, man. I just remember going like, there are some girls out there that like no matter what they throw out, they can't get a dude reeled in, and it's sad. And like like with a guy, like guys can go fucking couple months, shit, I haven't gotten this, got that. And for me, man, it's more like I just I defeat myself in my head because I have a standard where women like should at least like, all right, if I'm given this, you know what I mean, there's like the 3/10 of what a man, I give my arm and a leg to this chick for her to give, for her to come halfway and meet me. I'm giving my heart and soul to this bitch. I expect her to at least meet me halfway, at least walk through be a little bit loyal. But nowadays, there's like no real code, I guess, or whatever for women, where it's like, especially if a chick just posts, something online, she gets, 300 fucking likes off the bat of people praising her, telling her she's this and that, gassing her up, right, all around the world. And then most guys, you post a photo and it's like you get like 10 of your friends and going like, oh, that shit. And then maybe even your friends make fun of you, saying like, oh, you got that lazy eye going, or, you know what I mean, or nice bitch tits if you pose a fucking shirt off photo at the beach or something. Your buddies will make fun of you or some shit. It's just a different dynamic and especially with most people living their lives on social media and online presence, I feel as though like a lot of these chicks are so fucking gassed up, man. And if we took the only way to take the power back is to just kind of go in this we have to go and I promise, and I think it would take like 2 to 3 months, to be honest. If 2 to 3 months of just chicks couldn't fuck, right? They couldn't get dick. They had to, pop themselves. The dildo thing's fine once in a while. Not that this is not that I've done it, but I'm sure that like dude, it's like masturbate. At the end of the day, it's like anything masturbating. It's like at a certain point, you get to want the real thing. And I think Eddie Griffin had a thing like this, like, can your dildo pull your hair, dude? You know what I mean? Can your fucking vibrator, you know what I mean, tell you he's gonna fucking, you know, you know, can you does your vibrator put a finger in your mouth and fish hook you? Does your vibrator fucking, you know, does your vibrator finger you while putting it in your ass or some shit? Does your vibrator fucking grab your arms from the back and fucking push your head down and shit? Does your vibrator hug you and touch you and kiss you and love you? You know what I mean? Like, nah. That's what you need a man for. You need a real dick to do that shit. And I'm like, yeah, man. Like, it's important that men, I think, hold themselves to some sort of dignity and standard, right? Like, it's all fun. We can, you know, we can flirt. We could do this. We could do that. But just when a girl goes like, so you come, I just don't. I don't feel comfortable. We gotta hit at the end of the date. This is how it would go for the no dick down. Don't dick them down December, right? No dick December. No nut November. Coming off of no nut November, it's very isolated. But then you take a girl out, you know, you take her out to say the ice rink or some shit. You know, you skate around. She has a blast. Get her fucking in a whirlwind of emotions, bro. You know what I mean? Take her out skating, seeing the fancy lights, you know what I mean? Holding hands, you know what I mean? Sneak maybe a small kiss, you know, peck, if you will, kiss. And then, you know, just take her home and then she asks, hey, listen, do you want to come upstairs, you know? I'm not comfortable with that yet. I just feel as though we've only had a couple of dates. I just don't feel comfortable with you yet. We gotta turn it back, guys. Dick is at the bottom. It's basically, dick is intern level in a business. Pussy has gone to CEO status. Pussy is dick right here is you can pick up dick off of the street. You can pick dick, like, literally. You could just take a guy, any dude walking home and just go, hey, listen, you want to come over and fuck? And the guy will go, sure, yeah, sure. Condom? No, you don't. You know what? Sorry, I asked. It's your body, your choice. We don't have to do condom. We don't have to. Like, motherfuckers are willing to risk it all on a roll of the dice. You know what I mean? This bitch could kill you. She could be the next whatever. She could be like the Casey Anthony crazy ass bitch. Even though she killed her. I don't know many female serial killers, but she could be a female serial killer and just fucking like the dudes, the girls that pick up fucking dudes hitchhiking and bring them home and chop them up or some shit. She could be one of those crazy, like those crazy prostitute that fucking the Vietnamese with the the razor blade in her mouth underneath her tongue and just cut your shit up, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And guys are going like, yeah, but like, yo, she also might just give me some pussy. There's also like a chance where she just might just want to just give me some pussy, right? Yeah, I'll take that chance. It's sad, man. Dick is bottom level. Dick is intern status. We're not getting paid to do shit, guys. The price of dick can increase tenfold if we take my patent pending strategy of just telling these bitches, listen, we don't feel comfortable. You know, you want to come back? I just don't feel comfortable doing that. You know what I mean? Like, I know it's like we got to be respectful of like a woman's, you know, desires and her sexual needs, but oftentimes I feel like my needs aren't being reciprocated in the privacy of the fact that I need to get to know you more. I want to, you know, a chick would just go, you know, a chick will go, I need to get to know you more. Like, you don't even know my middle name. You don't even know my mother's maiden name. It's like, what am I trying to do? What am I trying to do? Guess your fucking password for your email, bitch? Like, it doesn't matter. But if guys started playing that role right? And it's just like you have to be comfortable, willing to lose it all, right? As far as like the short term play is just some pussy. You know what I mean? Even I'd say even the highest level dudes, the Mark Zuckerbergs, the Elon Musks, the Jeff Bezoses, the Bill Gates just divorced his wife, right? Elon Musk fucking 3 times over got divorced. These guys are billionaires, right? Now I don't care who you are or who you know. Like these are the richest dudes in the public. Other than like something like Saudi Arabia where they have their chicks in control. Right? Saudi Arabia, they got their shit. That's the goal we gotta get on. Right? Not like, fucking covering them up or anything, but just mentally out. Like, because they're already subservient to a degree, so the men don't have to be on that pimping level. They could just go, listen, come over here and blow me, right? Or else I'll chop off your clitoris or some shit. That's what they do. That's fucking east of the border, right? That's east of the equator or whatever. It's far off. And that's it. They might as well be living in Candyland and in magical dreams and fairies and hopes and wishes, right? That's just idealizing what that's idealizing what the typical man and woman relationship can be. But I feel as though like if we implemented just a certain degree of like, because like women always kind of go, and when you're on these dating sites and these apps and shit, and they go like, oh, I'm not in looking for hookups, I know I want to get to know somebody and we could start out as friends and everything. Guaranteed, if men became what women said, or at least outwardly said that they wanted, women would be depressed. Women would be fucking like, there's whores. It's just whores. You ever fucking go? I went through several times with women doing what they wanted, and then they went and found some dude to just fuck them for like fucking instantly, and I'm like, what am I felt like that weird movie where the guy, like the dude that always like, I'm there to the girl, this, but as soon as I'm like, alright, fuck this, I get out. She finds like some dude that she falls in love with, and I'm like, but if every guy was there and we're just kind of like Kens to the Barbie, we're just this, yeah. I just feel as though I just want to spend time with you, right? Like just waste a chick's time, right? And not even in that regard, but like, and then when things came to fruition, like a girl's like, oh, I need some money or whatever, I just don't feel comfortable. And like, treat your money like your dick, right? Treat everything that like a woman needs from you, as far as I guess time too, but like spending time mutually is one thing. Like if you take her out on a date, make sure it's this thing, it's memorable and it's everything, and you're cute and together and everything, and she has a blast. But when it comes to like, there's certain things that women will do. Like, I need some help, or I need maybe a ride, or this and that. Just go, I don't feel like it. Treat it like a girl giving up her pussy, right? Oh, I don't feel comfortable with, because we're not really like that yet. I don't feel like we've reached that point in our relationship yet. Hit it where it hurts, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just constantly, constantly just rope tying her. My buddy Steven had a fucking great philosophy, and it's like, you gotta like, it's like Mario, right? There's Mario, and then there's Luigi. Luigi's the side nigga. That's the side nigga. That's your main. That's your ride or die. You treat Mario like your homie. He's your fucking next of kin. He's your brother. Mario is holding it down. He's all. Every dude has a dude that's like, yo, if I call this motherfucker up and I need a place to stay, he's got me, right? If I call this nigga up and he's gonna be like, yo, how much you need, bro? I got you, bro. I'm fucking. Here's $500, bro. Be safe out there. You know what I mean? That's your nigga, right? Mario's got his Luigi, right? Now there's Yoshi. Now Yoshi's the chick, right? Yoshi's the Yoshi. You ride Yoshi when you need. You get Yoshi to lay an egg or whatever when you need it. You know what I mean? Yoshi comes in handy too when you're jumping and you need to do that double jump and you jump off him and you kill. So you gotta like it's back in the day, right? You'd get your girl to. It's the queen. And when you're playing chess, this is a good example too. Chess, your queen does most of the work, right? You get your queen to clean up the dishes. You get your queen to clean the dishes, do the laundry. You know what I mean? Clean up the house, wash the floors. You know what I mean? Wash the windows. Fetch you a beer. You get your queen to do the run-of-the-mill work around the house, right? But the game is over once you're in checkmate, the king is isolated, the game's over. And I feel like a lot of these girls have been they put the couple of pawns in front of the dude and he can't move anymore. And these are his own fucking moves, right? A lot of guys are getting bogged down by the little kids that they have growing up. Well, this and that. And toxic masculinity has become like an archetype of evil. But I'm like, yo, in all reality, as far as history is spanned, a dude would just walk like Genghis Khan shit. Just walk into a village, fuck everything that moved, and got every chick pregnant and walked out that bitch not caring. You know what I mean? Like, if Genghis Khan was a stay-at-home dad, would he have been fucking even near? He wouldn't even be in the history books. He would be too busy tending after the first child that he had, right? And like, what is it, 50-something% of, it's some high percentage of fucking people still have his DNA to this day living within them. Now, if a chick can never do that, right? Like, as a guy, we have to fucking remember that we can fucking populate that. One guy and a million girls can populate that. One girl and a million guys, we're pretty much doomed. You know what I mean? The girl has to get pregnant every 9 months and spit out it sucks. You know what I mean? If you're the last guy on earth, she has no choice but to fuck you, right? When girls go, I wouldn't do it if you're the last guy on earth, you have no choice. You got eggs that'll come once a month, and all these other girls, fuck it, get to the back of the line then, bitch, and figure it out, because there's gonna be if you're the last guy on earth, you're the only guy coming out with millions of fucking sperm, right? That's just is what it is. If she's the last girl on earth, you're gonna be like, well, fuck, she gets fucked once every 9 months, right? Like, that's a long time in between to try to repopulate the earth. And even then, there's complications and shit. It's fucking a lot harder to, and with a guy being a lot, he can just move on to the next he can get 9 to 10 chicks pregnant per day, in the cycle or some shit. You know what I mean? And just if it doesn't work out, fucking on to the next. And that's the power that guys have. It's not even, and we don't even think about it, man. This is what, like, with men getting chicks pregnant, a lot of guys don't even think about it. We just go, shoot a load off. You know what I mean? And this changes the woman's life for the next year and a half or so. It changes them. Fucking hormonally. It's just, and we're just like, it just felt good to just shoot off in her, right? That's the power that men have. And it's fucking, I know that I started off by saying that this is Sigma simping season, but I think I'm gonna change it. It's the we're not gonna fuck these. I just don't get guys out there. I know how hard it is, but after you get past like a week of like, you just don't even jerk off either. Don't look at that porn. You know what I mean? Get off of Instagram, because Instagram, you just be scrolling through it. It's basically porn at this point. Twitter, porn. I'm scrolling through this shit. It's porn. Snapchat. It's just porn. A lot of these TikToks are just very beautiful girls doing slutty activities. It's fucking, you're basically got 24/7 like Playboy on your phone, right? You're looking at very like lewd, almost nude. Sometimes it is nude. It's just like a chick wearing like a see-through top, and you're like, how is this allowed on Instagram? But it is. And I find that like the majority of the time guys go through this shit, we're just looking like we go like there's so many dudes that are trapped in relationships and marriages and ties to these women that they're being dragged along emotionally just because they might get some pussy. Like, think about how much your life would fucking change if you just never thought about pussy. Now, just never think about pussy. It's pretty fucking, like, it's pretty easy to just stack my dough up. Like, I started fucking really just like, I got some money. I'm putting money in, putting money away, taking money here. And I'm like, I just took pussy out of my, and this is kind of like with Ken, it's I guess it is Sigma simp. I guess it all comes back around to Sigma male simping energy, man. It's a Sigma simping season. Because, like, I will literally, like, I'll still compliment girls. I'm nice, I'm friendly, and everything like that. But I'm just fucking not thinking about, I took pussy not even in the back of my mind anymore. I took it out of my head, and I threw it down the stairs. Like the couple episodes ago, or a few episodes back, I was throwing cats down the stairs. But I threw that pussy down the stairs, you feel me? I threw it down the steps, and I'm not retrieving it. I locked up my basement. I'm not thinking about pussy. And I'm on my grind. Like, I legitimately started making more music. Because, like, the past few months, I'd say I was, like, in this zone where I'm like, I need like some sort of sexual alleviation, or I need to find like, but I remember fucking every time I'm talking to chicks or I'm in the zone or like, I go like, this sucks. This is boring. It's such a time suck. It's such a waste. Like, if I could, I would neuter myself. Don't know how that would be possible. I don't want to cut my balls off. But, like, it's so fucking agitating. Because I've never seen a dude and, like, living in a building where most people live with their wives and their kids and stuff. I've never, like, black guys, Asian guys, Mexican guys, East Indian guys. It's only good in the what is that? The fling stage, where it's just like, I just met her, and the first maybe 3 months it's good, but then the first 3 months are given up to the dude. The dude gets all the benefits of like the first 3 months, and after that, does it get like, the woman sinks her claws into his life, you know what I mean? It starts to fucking ruin his friendships, starts to ruin everything. And I feel like these young players are just not understanding it. They're not understanding that they could just go, yeah, no, I don't want pussy that badly. I'm out of here. I don't, I know we have this and that, and we bought, like, to just walk away from shit, right? Cause like most guys, they'll spend their money. They'll buy a house with a chick. They'll maybe even put the chick's name in the house. You know what I mean? I did that for you. This is your house. I bought you a house. You bought a bitch a house. She doesn't. And then you fucking. I bought my bitch a house. That's not a flex. That's more of like, yo, you got whipped, and a chick at any given point can just go, listen, your stuff's out on the lawn, and I want you gone, right? That shit happens. It happens so frequently, and most men are so bugged out by the fact that they might die alone that they will settle for fucking something that treats them less than themselves as just being alone, right? Like the fucking Rational Male book, it was a cool book because it put into perspective almost everything I thought of, but I kept in the back of my mind because it wasn't, I guess, appropriate to say. But like a lot of it reigns true, where it's like so many dudes are afraid to be alone. So many dudes are afraid to just go at it alone, right? Like my buddy at work, he was telling me, like he did some crazy shit for his chick, and he's with her and everything like that. And he said, like, yeah, she looks after he has 3 girls. I think he has 3 girls or 2 girls, or he said 3 girls, but one is his girl. He has 2 or 3 girls, daughters. He bought his chick a house. She lives in there. He works at our job. We work crazy, but he works fucking like, I will watch him from Monday to Friday. He parks his car in the same spot, and he fucking sleeps in the truck. So he comes back home, if he's lucky, on Saturday or Sunday, and leaves Sunday or comes back Saturday. So he has one day with his children and everything like that. And he told me, it's like, I give basically my whole check to my girl, and I get about like $80. She handles everything. She pays bills, and she does everything. But I'm like, yo, he's making like 6 figures. You know what I mean? We make good money at our job. He's making 6 figures, and he's giving it all. Like, he's giving $5-6 grand a month to this chick, and he's taking home less than $100. I just need just enough to pay for my food and drinks and shit. I'm like, God damn, dude. Like, I didn't want to say anything, and I shouldn't. Obviously, no one knows. I didn't say any names or anything, but he's a good guy, nice guy, friendly guy. But like the shit that he talked about of like just being like, she dragged him through hell. Just, I don't even know what it is with women when they drag like a guy that they like and provides for them and will fucking, a guy that will murder for you, right? This and they want to see how far you can go to prove your love or some shit. He like beat up fucking several guys. She was with a dude that was hurting her, and he ended up coming with his boys and beating the shit out of them and getting arrested and going to jail and it was a accumulation of like crazy wild shit that this guy was put through just to pass her test. Right now, that is the CEO, the mafia level boss type shit pussy, and it's just like, you want to earn your keep, intern dick. You know what I mean? Bottom level, bottom tier dick. You want to make it up to this level, but in reality, she wasn't shit. Let's be real. She didn't do shit. She wasn't shit. This is no offense to her specifically, but this dude, he was out there. He had his boys. He ran with his clique. He did this. He made his money. She was just the getting fucked by dudes girl. That's what she was. She was swinging from dick to dick like Tarzan, motherfucker. She wasn't shit. Let's be real. So like, in all reality, if dudes were like, I do that so much that women go, oh, that's a turn off, right? Like, I'm like, but how is it? When if you had a, like, if girls somehow got to be men and men had to be women, like, just instantly in a change, we did a weird Freaky Friday swap, I swear to God, we would be fucked. Because women would go, we're men, and we're this, and we're that, and we would have to, like, it would be almost like revert, it would be reversed back, and we'd be like back in the caveman era where dudes that run by girls' bodies just walk around just raping us as women. We'd be bitch men because we've been psychologically beaten down so much that we're like the Bill Gates and the richest dudes in history. Drake's baby. Drake has no need in any circumstance to fucking get a girl that looks like his baby mama. Like, right? Drake has no fucking, like, he's in, like, I watch him sometimes just hitting, like, not hitting, but he'll be talking with these fat girls. These ugly girls, right? These uggos. And I'm like, yo, Drake, do you know you're Drizzy, motherfucking Drake? You sold like more, as much, or if not more, than the Beatles and Queen, and you're like the fucking top dog of like pop R&B. You literally can just call up. You could call up Madison Square Garden and go, listen, man, I'm thinking about like doing something in November. You know, actually fucking October, because I'm October's very own, baby. Let's do this shit. Set it up. I fucking need to talk to my people out there, talk to you, fucking good. Click. And it's they would probably take it serious. It's Drake, right? That's how high level Drake is. And then I see him just pitching. And he's pitching, they're not fastballs. They're not fucking curveballs. He's just pitching nice, soft, underhanded, so bitches could hit it out of the park. And these are just normal chicks, man. That's what really grinds my gears, hey, people. Drake, his status. And again, his status is legitimately a fucking boss I don't know if he's a billionaire, but he's hundreds of millions, right? He's powerful in the fact that he has probably the most number one hits of an artist this time, male artist, maybe not. He's up there with Taylor Swift or whatever, but he's big and he can sell out arenas and stadiums and shit. But he's still pitching with intern level dick. That's what I think. And again, him and Kendrick Lamar, I think Kendrick Lamar said it first, but then Drake stole his line. And it's like, yo, this dick ain't free. I'm pretty sure it's still free, Drake. I'm pretty sure. He flies chicks out. He says he flies chicks out to Calabasas. Is he going like, yo, well, I flew you out to Calabasas. You know what I mean? I paid for the plane ticket. I bought us the fucking room service. But I gotta be real. The dick, you're gonna have to pay for the dick, right? Like the dick, $50. The $50 work, that's fine. Out of the plane out of all the shit that he does for the chicks, gets even the Uber. I think the Uber back and forth would probably be about the same price as dick right now. That's how I think dick is. Dick is so low, and listen. We're talking about Drake's dick. All right, we're talking about a guy that's off the charts, wildly successful, right? He's wildly successful. Runs OVO, his own fucking label. He has The Weeknd underneath him, so whatever The Weeknd does, comes up. He gets a piece of the cake. It's phenomenal how fucking low the value of dick is, and I want to fucking increase it, but I feel like to get all men to work together, right, it has to be calculated. It has to be on we have to somehow like we have to be comfortable going without. And most guys, I'm sure, have seasons of drought. We all go through, but we have to be comfortable in that drought. We have to be comfortable not getting some. We have to be comfortable going like, listen, baby, I just think you're gonna lose respect for me if I take you to the bedroom. And it's there. This I feel like I have this secret formula to raise the price of dick. I'm just trying to get it to a compatible, like, I'm trying to get it to Canada and US dollars, right? Canada's always gonna be, Canada's always gonna, or US is always gonna be 30, 40 cents, it's gonna 20 cents, it's always a little bit more. It's worth a little bit more per dollar, but it's still equal level. Like if you go with $4,000 to America and Canadian, you come back with like 36 or 3,500. Okay, fuck it, whatever. It is what it is. Whatever, you take that, but it's like, if right now it's basically like, what's the lowest? I think it's like the lowest coin. I think is that fucking thing that went bankrupt. That where they're doing ATX shit. That ATX or whatever. There's like that weird scam thing that I don't know. But either way, it's like right now I think it's like pussy's like the euro, and fucking it's not even Dogecoin. There's the Shiba coin. That's what dick is. Shiba coin. And if you look on the market at any given point, I got like 0.0000 of a coin, and I can't sell it. You know what I mean? I can't sell it because it just kept losing. But it was like 0.00000027 of a cent. So that's like 27th of a thousandth or 10,000th of a cent. So it takes literally 1,000 or 10,000, maybe like 27,000 of the coin just to equal 1 penny. That's what I think dick is. That's how low dick has become. Dick has just been like we give it out, even photos. We're just like, hey, here's a dick pic. And the bitch is like, I don't even know you. They just women go like, I can open up my fucking DMs and I just got a list of dicks to choose from. God damn, dudes, really, you really fucked up the system. We have to fucking upgrade ourselves. Like, one, we tell these chicks, I'm not gonna put out on a first date. That right off the bat, we set the rules, standards. Sometimes, or just not putting out. Two, we're not going to, we're not the fucking shoulder to cry on like guys are. Like, guys have gotten so pussified in this society, man. And like the friendship thing, guys have to just take it in with a grain of salt all the time of like the let's just be friends. It's you just move on, dudes. Being alone, and this is for most guys, being alone is like, it's a weird connotation. It's gotten a stigma of like, dude, I told my buddy, I'm like, yo, being alone is so awesome. Cause one, I don't have a chick yelling at me. You know what I mean? I don't have to worry about what the fuck I'm gonna eat. Cause a chick always goes like, what are we gonna eat? Or what, there's always some weird shit that's so simple with chicks. And it just becomes complicated. What are you gonna eat? What are we gonna do? as a dude, I lit like yesterday. I'll be honest. All I did was sit on my fucking. I sat on my couch going like I gotta get soap. I had to get soap. This is so stupid. I had to get soap and like some toothbrushes. So I got a toothbrush and some soap. I went for a run. You know, I mean, I did a whole bunch of shit, and then I sat down. I like took a nap. I did all that shit, and then I went and got soap. Like if I had a chick, she would be like, "Why didn't you get the soap yet?" You know what I mean? I'd come back from the run, so you're gonna go get that soap again. You know what I mean? Because I needed some bars of soap for washing up. But it was like one of those things where I'm like, you know what? I don't mind sitting in my nasty ass clothes. You know what I mean? Sitting, stinking up the place. I was like, yeah, fuck it. You know what I mean? Today, I gotta do my laundry. I'm gonna wait till the last minute when I can do my laundry, and I'm just gonna go. All right, now I'll do my laundry, and there's no repercussions. It's awesome. It's very awesome. You know what I mean? It's great, right? I legitimately have saved so much money because I'm not going out to eat or whatever. I'm not doing this and that. I don't have to fucking buy a chick some shit that'll impress her just on the off chance I'll get some fucking nookie. It's none of that. It's fucking pretty cool because I just kind of... And the weird thing is, girls have given me that smile like they try to throw me off, man. And it's... I likened it to like a cat. I never in a million years have ever seen a cat. Like I've never seen a cat and went, I'm gonna try to pet that cat, and I run up and I go to pet that cat. And he's like, oh, awesome, I'm getting pet, right? Like a dog, like you can run up to a dog and a dog will run up to you, and you're just fucking, you never seen the dog before in your life, but you're like, the dog, you and a dog are best friends, right? Dog will always reciprocate your love. But a cat will legitimately run away most of the time when you run up to a cat and try to pet it, right? The cat's like, oh, he's a little sketchy. But if you're just sitting there minding your own business, dude, and you're like, what the fuck's on my... Oh, there's a cat just rubbing up on my leg, trying to get into my life, right? Because women have no game whatsoever. And this is what puts us in a great... We have to be initiators, right? And I feel like with guys, our game has gotten to the point where we're just like... We shoot a million shots, but the moment someone reciprocates that shot, you're like, well, I gotta take this seriously, right? Like, if you shot a million shot, or not a million, we'll go, like, you shot 100 shots on the court, and then you're like, you're fucking, I don't know, your one shot went in, you're like, are you gonna be done shooting shots in your life, right? You shot maybe 50 shots, and you're like, I'm gonna shoot 100 shots today, but you shot 50 shots, and you shot, all of them missed, and then the 50th shot you got it in. Are you going to walk away going like, I'm satisfied? I don't have to ever shoot again. I'm just going to end it on that one shot. I'm taking my ball and I'm going home, right? I'm dedicated to... You're doing it post interviews on that one shot for the rest of your life. You're loving that shot. You just took a shot. She just reciprocated that shot. You know what I mean? I think men have fucking valued pussy so fucking much that we've put ourselves underneath the pussy. Underneath them. You know what I'm saying? So I feel as though with this whole rigmarole and none of this, like how you treat women and all that shit, none of this has to change other than the fact that, like, just remember, dudes, have you ever gotten pussy and went, this is worth whatever she put me through, right? Like, even like if you're with a chick and she's this and that, like, women say some goofy ass shit, right? They say some real goofy shit like this and that, and they get you to fucking, like, I'd say 10 minutes of a story is worse than probably an eternity of hell. It's worse than an eternity of hell, like of a chick just like, and like if she's into it, because then you kind of like doze off not listening, and then you get mad. She gets mad at you for not listening, and this and that, and she drones on, kind of like what I'm doing right now. She drones on about nothing, and she doesn't get to the points, and you're trying to figure out exactly what's going on, and you're just kind of going through the motions, and you go, yes, man. Yes, man. Like that episode with South Park with Cartman gets his chick, right? Like Cartman, like think of Cartman. Cartman was the most non-give-a-fuck mentality character. Like he did crazy ass shit in the show. As soon as he got a girlfriend, immediately like went, okay, baby. All right, yeah, no, yeah, no, I understand. Yep. Mm-hmm. Won't happen again. Yep. No. Yep. Okay. Yep. I love you. Love you too, boo boo. You know what I mean? Like that type of shit where it's like, I remember like my buddy will legitimately go, listen, man, my girlfriend's in the room, bro, so just I gotta be quiet. Why are you quiet, nigga? Why do you have to be quiet? Oh yeah, it's gonna be a problem, bro. It's gonna be a problem. Buddy, we have become bitches. Now, the Sigma simping season is in full effect because I feel like we're lower than simps at this point. We're like trying to be simps. We're trying to get into that role where we could even get a chick to love. Like Barbie and Ken. We're trying to be Ken. We're all trying to be Kens and just get a chick to like love us and notice us. But with the Sigma male mindset, you have to not give a fuck. Go out and I gotta do this too. Without the need or want to even hook up with a chick, you have to go out and lay your bricks. Lay 5 bricks of chicks that just, nothing will happen. Just say, hey, you got nice eyes. You have very beautiful eyes. Oh, you got a beautiful tattoo. Oh, I like your tattoo on it. Oh shit, and then do that to the point where you get comfortable enough to talk to chicks. Once you're comfortable enough to talk to chicks, you'll realize how batshit and loony they are and how goofy they are, and they're just humans with, their own set of ideals and emotions, and they get all flustered when shit happens and just compliment the chick and this and that. You gotta get out there for dudes, and I mean, there's these dudes that like, and especially dudes that like, you know who you are if you're paying for those OnlyFans. Like, I would never fucking pay for that, especially because I feel as though like it's fucking up the dick market. It's putting such a wedge in between the dick market and the pussy market. Now, there's some dudes, I guess, on OnlyFans just showing their cocks or whatever, and that probably, but it's like, I'd say mostly guys are the ones on the gay dudes are the ones propping up the majority of the dick shot for OnlyFans. But again, like, if I had to be real with the dudes, and I had to, like, it'd be nice to be able to sit down with all those dudes that pay. Like, I'd sit down with these dudes and I'd go, you fucking idiot. Every time you give a chick, and it's donations, it's for nothing. A lot of the time she's just kind of like playing with her tits or some shit. She's just a topless photo, and you giving her donations. You know what I mean? Dude, the worst is like, if you subscribe, I heard that, I don't even know if this is true because I've never done it, but if you subscribe to these chicks, OnlyFans and shit, and you like send them messages and they reply, if you pay a certain amount, they reply back to you. And it's like, holy fuck, man. Holy shit. Have we really fucking gone that far? Have we been led that far down the narrow path and we've been a stray little fuck? A bag blowing in the wind where we're that desperate to fucking... Like, I know that most times online, when you send a message to a chick, chances are she's fucking. If you don't know her, you never talked to her before, chances are she's probably not gonna fucking reciprocate that message. But never once have I thought, you know, if I gave her $20, you know what I mean? You know, and she chose to message back after giving her the $20, right? I never thought in my head, like, I'm going to send this bitch $20 and then, you know what I mean? E-transfer, and then she's going to have to ask me, hey, so what's that password? Yeah, oh, well, we're going to have to talk for at least 10 to 15 minutes for if you want that money. I've never in my... That's not even a fucking option. It's fucking wild what women... And I don't even know if it's women. I think it's men that know the psychology of men. So men are going like... Because like, I highly doubt that fucking women have created OnlyFans. It was a dude. And dudes... But they fucked up the lower half of most guys. Like the dude that created OnlyFans and created a lot of... Even porn, for the most part, I think is detrimental for the males way more than it is for women. Just because, like, the psychology of, like, how easy it is to get pussy laid out on screen and how goofy it is, it works, but not in that realm, right? And not on those types of girls. Like, those whores... They don't go... They have that mentality just because they work in porn, and if they do, like, it's the cutesy role play that if they already knew you, kind of were comfortable with you, then they could do some goofy shit where she gets stuck in the washing machine, or you deliver pizza to the bitch, that type of shit. But with porn and OnlyFans and all these companies like the fucking porn hubs or whatever, it fucking... It like isolates a part of a dude's brain where he has to go, alright, the only way to get pussy is to have a huge ass dick, you know, these ridiculous muscles, and get a menial job at fucking, you know what I mean, at the pizza shop or the fucking, you know, I'm here to fix your pipes, ma'am. You know what I mean? Like that's the only way to get laid. It slowly rewires dudes' brains, especially if you watch porn over and over again. Like, I'm like, oh man, I gotta accidentally walk into the girls' change room, and then 4 girls are changing, and they all just go, oh, well, are you gonna fuck us all? And then I do. You know what I mean? That's the only way to get my fucking 4 or 5 some orgy, right? It fucks your head, right? And it's dudes that make money, man. Dudes know what dudes want more often than women do. We know the psychology of like how fucking hardwired a dude's brain is, right? And since we're most likely are like, we have that thing where we want to provide. Like, there are fucking some chicks that I see on like the Chatterbait where I'm like, these chicks are so fine, and I like just like them. I like them so much. I had to give it up because I'm like, I almost thought about it. I did, because it's like they have this weird thing about them where it's the fucking the social media icon where it's like you fucking tip them and they do so. It's a power thing in your regard, but you don't really get the power. I feel as though you're sending out these weird, because it's not really money. It's like you gotta buy a bunch of tokens or coins in the app, and you send out the bags of coins. But it's much like skins on a video game. It's much like a lot of this shit that the metaverse money doesn't really, it's not real. And it's like taking that girl in real life and making her into an emoticon and getting her to fucking hop on that dildo with a certain amount. You sent her 400 coins and now she's riding that dildo. Or the fuck machine's fucking jamming her. And you're like, oh yeah, that's nice. I did that. And then she says, thank you. Thank you, Mediumjay. And you're like, fuck yeah. And I gotta send out more. She's like, oh, I'm gonna come. Thanks, Mediumjay. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, Jay. But at the end of the night, you're fucking still jacking off, right? So the majority of the times and all that shit, what you do, realize that, one, pussy is never worth it. It's never worth it. It's never worth it. Pussy, you know what pussy's worth? Pussy is worth, hey, come over, pick me up, and fuck. Even then, the gas, with the price of gas nowadays, you know what I mean? It's debatable. But to pick up a chick and bring her back and fuck, guys go, oh, I'm getting a deal. It's the deal of the century to just pick up a chick, bring her back home, and fuck her, and then drive her back or Uber back and forth, whatever it is. Guys go, that's worth it, right? Now, that is like what I'm like. That's so far off of what it has become, because psychologically, like mentally, emotionally, physically, we put in the work. Like, how many times have you had a chick ride you the whole night? The whole night, girls on top, and you're just sitting down, starfishing it. As a dude, no dude gets to starfish. Ain't no dude. No way. No dude starfishes the whole night there, and she's just on top balancing. She's getting her shit off the whole night. It just doesn't happen. So physically, emotionally, what a woman puts a dude through emotionally, like a man, almost every dude, like it changes something in their brain as a dude, where it's like they become weaker mentally. Well, no, emotionally. We'll go emotionally. Like, there's a lot more things a dude has to worry about with a chick. Like, is she gonna be harmed? Gotta worry about. Like, she'll be talking about something in her job, and it's like, yeah, my boss said this and that, and my boss was saying that. I gotta and you're like, should I fucking? You get the emotion, you get the anger emotion. Like, should I fuck up her boss? What is she telling me? Cindy, you want me to fuck up? You want me to punch your boss out? And it's like, yeah. So emotionally, it just fucks with dudes. Mentally, see the mental manipulation that girls do, the mental psychology, the mental mind games that women do, where it's like I remember some shit that women say to me, and I still like close up my fists, and I'm like, it's perfect. Like, we all know things about, like, say, our friends and shit like that could kind of get up under their skin. But there's, like, with women, they have a fucking thing that they could say. And this is like the Rihanna Chris Brown thing, right? Like, I remember my brother said, like, when it all went down, like, way back in the day, Rihanna got her face bashed in by Chris Brown, right? I was like, kind of like, I was like, I don't know, he probably shouldn't have fucking hit her. But then my brother was like, my older brother, because he's like a ladies guy. He had his fair share of women, right? And it's like that young player thing. It's fucking like, now that he's older, I think he's alone, right? Like, it's kind of like, it's like the Hugh Hefner, but then you get older and to the point where it's like, unless you're able to maintain a harem of bitches it fucking just diminishes slowly. Like girls go, they break you down to the point where you just fucking are a shell of a man, or you don't have your normal player status. But I remember he told me, he's like, now we don't know what the fuck she said to Chris Brown, right? Like she could have probably been yelling, screaming, telling the world he has a small dick or this and that. And I'm like, you know what? I never knew that. Like, right? Like to get, you don't just hit your chick, in a passenger seat. And plus, I was like, yo, she was probably hitting him. And in the most part, I think Rihanna admitted that she was like hitting him and grabbing his dick and like fucking punching him while he was driving. And Chris Brown's like, the fuck, I'm trying to drive. You're gonna get us both killed. And he just socked her one in the face. Just started punching her in the face and just kept driving. Right? Now that's what a man does. It's simply in the media's eyes and in most people's eyes, oh my god, he's a man beater. But in reality, mentally, he's like, yo, if she keeps hitting me, we're gonna swerve and we're both dead. We're both dead, you bitch. There was this one video my buddy showed me, and he was like, I guess this dude was speeding, right? This dude had a souped up car, fucking one of those fucking F-150 cars. Not really F-150, but the NASCAR motherfuckers that fucking soup up their car, like drag race it up and down the street type shit. And with all the lights, the switches, he's like a Fast and Furious dude on TikTok. And he was like driving fast. And it's like his girlfriend got scared that they were driving too fast. So she grabbed the e-brake and hit the e-brake, going like 160, 170 down they were flying down the street, hit the e-brake. And I'm like, because I'm stupid. I don't really know what I didn't know at the time the racing. So I was like, what the fuck? It's like, no, that shit instantly just stops the fucking car instantly. They were flipping. They instantly, they went from 100 to 0. Like, so the fucking shit went flipping and flying. And and she was like crying, going like, oh, I didn't know. And shit like that. But like, I'm surprised. I don't know if they died. I think he died. She lived or something like that. But my buddy was like, or I think they both just got really injured. And he's like, I would fucking kill that bitch if that happened. Like, I'm like, yeah, you say that, but you know what I mean? Like, the chick, they're never fucking accountable for anything. They're never fucking, like, that shit, she's just stupid. Oh, honey, you didn't, pat her on the head, you didn't know, right? Like, the accountability is just fucking, it doesn't even matter. I just feel as though like, we'll kind of maybe end on this with, okay, so mentally, emotionally, physically, the sexuality, it comes after, right? Like once a girl gets you broken down into this thing, and even then, like, the only way to kind of, once she breaks these barriers down and kind of goes like, he passed the emotional and the physical test of like he's sexually viable, he passed this emotional test where he's like, he's emotionally stable, he passed the mental test, I'm gonna toss him some pussy. Now these rules, those rules and tests that women have, it goes out the window when a dude just fucking smacks him upside the head and goes, listen, baby, I like your tits. And she's like, and he's just a cool dude with like, he's like, maybe he's got like 3 girls that already call him. Like, yeah, listen, I'm talking with a chick that I love right now. Okay? I'm talking with the most beautiful girl I ever heard, baby. I'm gonna call you back. Like, who is that? That was my girlfriend, but I'm a dumper. I'm a dumper if I get a chance to date you. Type shit, right? Now that it sounds already like it's like, yeah, like that would probably work as big as, and I just made it up, right? Now you just get your homie to call you, or you know what I mean, get some bullshit, and you got the chick, right? So again, the mental, the physical, and he could be a fat piece of shit, right? There's some fat dudes that get bitches, right? It's just the mentality of like, hey, listen, I'm better than you, and this and that, and this and that, but like, I'm willing to fucking step out of my comfort. And it's all about the lies, right? Men fall in love with what they see, women fall in love with what they hear. So again, and the way I talk, the way I kind of talk, I can drone into it shit, but I hate, I hate using the power of hypnosis because I slowly talk I do it myself. I talk myself into shit where I'm like, I talk myself into kind of getting into a role of like if I talk myself into, I've done it before on the podcast where I'll like joke around with something and I kind of go like, that kind of actually makes sense, right? Like maybe we should invade, maybe we should try to invade Afghanistan again or some shit like that, right? Like something just such a bad idea, but I'll like slowly talk myself into it. And I think I should try to do that with women. Just talking themselves into fuck, just like it's like a weird like Tony Robbins pitch where it's like, you have to breathe my dick, you have to smell my dick, you have to engage with my dick. You have to see the dick, you have to read the dick, you have, like, it's just the type of fucking the drone on presidential speech that just doesn't say anything really, but it's at the end of the day the message is, you know, instead of getting out and voting for me, it's getting out and fucking me, you know what I mean? That's fucking that's the thing that has been the weekend show. Dudes, please make your girl go through hoops, right? Guys, you know what I mean? Instead of having it, because the chicks always, you know, that's their secret power. We know their power, we know their play, but we're like fucking sheep, you know what I mean? And the sheepdogs come in, bark, okay, all right, we'll go into this thing if that gets us some pussy. Okay, we'll go into here if that gets us some pussy. Okay, we're gonna go in here if that gets us some pussy. Just stop barking at us, you know what I mean? And it's like, men, we had to take an L for about a couple months, and I think then it'll just be like, we'll be like so much more happier because it's like we'll get the pick of the litter, we'll get that cat to meow, baby, you know what I'm saying? We'll get that chick to just, and it's all chicks all around, like, this is globally, because every guy has to be on the same page. Because girls already think off the top, all men think the same. All men think with their dicks. Imagine if we change that shit, bro. Imagine if we change that shit, boys, where we're just like, yo, shut the fuck up. First of all, I don't want pussy. But if that's, and this is a great line, but if that's all you got, then that's all I'll take, right? And a lot of girls, that's all they got, right? Let's be real. Let's be real with ourselves. How many girls where I was like, that you've been with? All the chicks that I've been with has just only offered me pussy. They haven't fucking paid my rent. You know what I mean? They haven't fucking came into my life and brought me out of fucking despair. They haven't uplifted me. They haven't motivated me to do shit. They haven't made me better in a fucking, on a fundamental level. It was all my actions. I once had a chick say, listen, you know, when I first met you a couple years ago, you were fat. And I looked at this bitch and I was like, yo, you were fucking, all you did was fuck me. I went to the gym. I fucking ate healthy. I fucking lost the weight. It was fucking an on and off fucking cycle during COVID, and I fucking did put in miles and kilometers of fucking running. I went to the gym every day, and this bitch literally looked at me like, yo, before you met me, you were fat. You were fat before. And I go, no. It was just a coincidence that same time I was fat, and then throw COVID can't happen, and I was like, I did an initiative to get, she took credit for me working out day to day and losing 10 to 20 pounds. I was like, it is the wildest shit ever, man. Women will just say that shit and take credit for that shit. So men, keep your nuts, man. Keep your fucking nuts. You know what I mean? So many dudes are just getting their nuts lobbed off. It ain't nothing to cut your nuts off, right? It ain't nothing to cut your nuts off, but God forbid we even dismantle the pussy just a little bit on a fundamental level. Just remember, dudes that have girlfriends, dudes that have no girlfriends but had, some chicks, and dudes that never got pussy, just remember, okay, for the dudes that never got pussy and never had any girlfriends, just it's never gonna be worth it. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen what no pussy does to a motherfucker. You just want some pussy. That's it. But what pussy does to a motherfucker is way worse. It's way worse. You see so many dudes fucking run into a line, like it's like the guillotine. They're running into the guillotine of their own death. Like they lose their emotions. And then every time you get out of a relationship as a guy, it's like, you have to kind of like, it's like learning to ride a bike again kind of thing. Like, you got to get back out there and talk to chicks. And when you're talking to chicks and you're back to this and you realize, oh yeah, you know what, I still kind of got that. It's like the mojo. You lose your mojo every now and then once you lose a good chick. And once you drop that chick, like I did, man, it's like I dropped a chick, just recently. Like I can't go with her anymore. Can't chill with her or anything like that. It took a while. It took like a couple weeks to get my footing back because I was so used to the roles that we had in it, and it was nice and it was smooth and everything, but at the end of the day, it wasn't going anywhere, right? It wasn't going anywhere. So I had to kind of like get out of that thing because it was like wishy-washy. Now, dudes that are in the relationships, you gotta ask yourself, has that chick made you any better in anything? If she's the mother of your kids, that's one thing, right? Like, that's one thing. Right? That's one thing, right? That's just one thing. You know what I mean? But like if she's raising her kids, okay, then we'll put that into the, it might be beneficial for you if that's what you value as a man, your kids being raised, right? Okay, she's raising your kid, but I mean, like, does she get you a job in some? Does she help you get 20% off your gas? Does she make you some lunches when you go out the door, right? We're talking on a fundamental level. How does she make you better, right? Because I feel like with guys, we put in 70% of the work. We put in the 70%, and the women come and meet us for a third of the 30% of that. She comes in for the 30% and just, gives you a nice little massage at the end of the day and kisses you, and you're like, you know what? I'm willing to work another 16 hours tomorrow, just so that this chick sucks me off for a couple minutes. I can go and get some sleep.